The information presented in this video is based on my personal experience, research, and analysis. I am not a financial expert, but someone who has been through highs and lows because of financial hardships and challenges. This video was created to share with you my journey to financial wellness. This channel is open to comments and suggestions. Budgeting for beginners. Do you ever feel stressed about money? Do you feel like you have worked really hard, but a lot of people think that if we only have a little more salary, it would have been better. We could have paid the utilities on time, our credit card debts, and saved some extra cash. So we change jobs, get promotions, and find many different ways of earning more. But then it didn't get better. We have the same problem. It even got worse. But why? The problem is not the amount of money that comes in our pocket, but how we manage the money that we already have. That, my friends, is budgeting. We don't want to be so technical here, but according to our friend Google, budgeting is the process of creating a plan to spend your money. It determines in advance whether you will have enough money to do the things you need to do or would like to do. Budgeting is simply balancing your expenses with your income. The question is, how do we budget? Well, the truth is, it is never easy. The first step is always the hardest. People say they're not good in managing their money because they're not good in math, that they suck in calculations, or they're just simply not good at it. But let me remind you, budgeting does not take rocket science. It's a simple formula of plus and minus. Everyone should know how to calculate at least, but it's the fear and lack of discipline, and that is what stops us from doing it. That is fear of reality and the lack of discipline to be consistent. Well, you don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take that first step. So, why don't we get started? Step 1. You have to know how much money you have. So I believe you have a job, a business, or any source of income. Do you know how much you're earning every month? Do you know how much you're getting? Well, if you're not sure, which I doubt, right? Because you have a job. But the good thing is you can print your bank statements or payslips for the last 2 to 3 months so you will know the trending. And then you can add up all your sources of income. Remember, you can't spend the money you don't have. So in this first step, you need to get some reality check. Reality check. So if you're ready, let's move on. Step 2. Identify your financial goals. Why do you want to budget or manage your money? Are you trying to pay off your debts? Are you planning to go on a vacation? Are you saving up for a big purchase? Or are you saving up for retirement? There could be many other goals. What's important is you list it down. You may place it on your desk, make it your wallpaper, do something to remind yourself to focus on it. Setting a timeline for yourself can also push you to reach that goal. Step 3. Categorize your expenses. This is probably the most challenging. Identify the needs versus the wants. I believe at this point in time we should know the differences between the needs and the wants, right? But when we talk about needs, these are the essentials: rent, mortgages, utility bills, insurances, debt payment, groceries, food, versus our wants: clothing, shopping for shoes, dining out, gifts, our hobbies. If your needs make up 90% of your income, then you need to check your priorities. Is that internet and cable subscription necessary? Can you take out that Netflix subscription? Can you do something about your water and electricity bill? Your regular expenses should not be more than your income, or you seriously need to give up something. Step 4. Don't miss to pay the essentials. This mostly gets the biggest percentage of our salary. Whether we like it or not, we need to make sure this is all taken care of. Missing your deadlines can cause bigger problems on possible interests and penalties. Know your due dates and deadlines. Schedule your payment. Well, these online payments nowadays are just so helpful. Step 5. Decide the percentage you want to put in your savings. There is a good old 50-30-20 rule that is usually shared by most financial experts. 50% goes to your needs like utilities, groceries, and other non-negotiables. 30% goes to your wants like shopping, dining out, or your hobbies, while the 20% goes to your savings. The formula usually goes like this: income minus savings equals expenses. Alright, that's a very good formula. But hey, it is really just up to you. You know how much you're earning, right? In reality, you cannot really save 20% if you barely have enough to pay for your essentials. You can't miss to pay your rent just because you decided to save that 20%. So there are chances that you go back to check your priorities and see, and find out what are really your essentials. But no matter how small the savings amount is, you can't skip this step. You need to set aside a specific amount to your savings all the time. Don't worry about the 50-30-20 rule. You can always start small. Another tip here is, in case you get a salary raise or you earn more, upgrade your savings account, not your expenses. Nobody said that you stop at 20%. You can definitely save more. Step 6. Manage your wants. Well, wants are endless. You need to really toughen up here. We know you really like that item you added to your cart. It has been sitting there for days. And with the power of your fingers, you'll get it in no time. And I'm sure your friends will love the look of that branded new shoes on you. They will appreciate it, but you gotta pay for it. So think about it. Have you paid for the essentials yet? Did you set them out for the savings? If your answer is yes, well and good. But do you really need to buy this item? What's gonna happen if you don't? Can it wait for the next payday? I know you'll say this is a reward to yourself because you're working too hard. That's totally understandable. Again, it is your decision. Don't you think you have rewarded yourself enough? Then go ahead. But you gotta breathe in and breathe out and count 1,000 times before you decide. You can also sleep over a big purchase. Don't be too impulsive. And hey, don't shop when you're hungry or angry. Remember, that little decision goes a long way. Good luck! Step 7. Write it down. Tracking. I can't stress this enough. The financial wellness journey that I am in right now started with tracking. After working for so many years, I've pretty much known my income, my expenses, and my goals. But my problem was, I never wrote it down. I thought I had it figured. But no, sometimes I miss deadlines and due dates. because I'm just a human. I forget things. Well, tracking is one way to organize your life. It works wonders. You have to track your income and your expenses. You keep your receipts. You have to know where your money is going. This is about control and clarity. There are a number of ways to do it. You can use a spreadsheet. This is what I have been doing. I have an Excel file for this. You can download budgeting apps. There's a lot to explore. I tell you, there's really a lot. Or you can also use the good old pencil and paper. Some people just enjoy looking at their penmanship anyway, but I don't. So, what do you think? Do you think step 7 is good enough? Not yet. Step 8. Remind yourself to be consistent. Consistency is a big struggle. Well, you don't have to do it daily, right? You know your priorities, you have tracked your expenses, and if sometimes you fail, just get back up and do it again until you get used to it. It is an exercise. It is something that you keep reminding yourself all the time until you get into that autopilot level. Remember, no one else can encourage yourself to be consistent but your own shadow. Step 9. Update and re-strategize. Anything can happen along the way. Situations on the ground change every now and then. Life happens. Our circumstances change. So is our earning and spending patterns. If that happens, you need to update yourself and strategize again. It is like a battlefield, but you gotta win this. And now we have reached the last part, step 10. Look for ways to earn more. At this point, we should have a better understanding and consistency of what we have been doing. But life is a continuous learning process. We never stop learning and earning. If you want to have more, you gotta do more. So, explore other options to earn. You may opt for a passive income. You may invest or look for other possible sources. But before you venture into those things, you need to be educated well and not jump right away. Understand what you are getting yourself into. But remember, if you earn more, you can also save more. So, let's review the 10 steps in budgeting for beginners. Number 1. Know how much money you have. Number 2. Identify your financial goals. Number 3. Categorize your expenses. Number 4. Don't miss to pay the essentials. Number 5. Decide the percentage you want to put on your savings. Number 6. Manage your wants. Number 7. Write it down. Number 8. Remind yourself to be consistent. Number 9. Update and re-strategize. Number 10. Look for ways to earn more. My goal for budgeting and financial wellness is not really to save a lot of money. My ultimate goal is for peace of mind and happiness. It is definitely so much more than money can buy. I really hope you learned something from my video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to click subscribe and hit the notification bell.